Hi there and welcome to this lesson for the flamenco guitar. My name is Ben Stubbs, and in this tutorial I'm going to go through 4 beautiful strumming patterns for the flamenco guitar in the rumba style. So let's get started. Vámonos. In the last lesson that I introduced to you, we went over this rasgueo molinillo with a ventilador, a slapping movement. So we had a rolling hand like that and a slapping movement over the sound hole. If you want to access that video, just look in the description and click on the link. We'll go over that, but let me just review it real quick. So we had this slow kind of approach to the rumba, and what that involved was the downward thumb, and then all the fingers rolling like that, and then on the 3, the slap, and then index, MA down, and index up. So once again, go back and watch that video to see how that's done. And just a quick reminder, don't forget that you can go over to patreon.com/flamenco for you to get these tabs and interactive sound slice tabs as well, so you can study and get more out of this lesson. Now, pattern number 2, I call this the simple pattern. The way it starts out is similar or identical to the last one, where we have downward thumb with a golpe simultaneously, okay? You'll see this happen a lot. Then after that, we have got upward thumb, downward MA together, upward P, upward index, down MA, and up index. Now let's break down the specific elements to those strumming patterns in relationship to the rhythm. Beat number 1 over strings 6, 5, and 4. Then upward thumb on the and of 1. That's striking strings actually 2, 3, and 4. Down MA on the 2 beat. That's the 5th string, 4th string, and the 3rd string, like that. Upward P, this is all the treble strings, 1st string, 2nd string, and 3rd string. Then allow that to ring out over the 3. So you struck that at the end of 2 and 3, let that ring. Upward index of the and then MA striking over the portion of the bass strings and treble strings. That's 4. And then up index along the trebles. Got it? Let's give that a try. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Once again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now let's go over the accents. The accents will be on the 1, the and of 2, and 4. Right? So 1 and of 2 and 4. 1 and 2. Regular speed, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. More time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And by the way, if you are a guitarist from a different style other than flamenco, jazz, classical, rock, metal, whatever the case may be for you, or have been trying to dabble in the world of flamenco guitar for quite a while and are frustrated along the process and you don't really know where to start, then I highly suggest that you book a call with me by clicking on the link in the description below. Let's get started you on your journey right away. Now we're really heating things up with pattern number 3. Pattern number 3 involves everything that you saw in pattern number 2, but we're going to add something, a special part on the 4 beat, which is a palm mute, at the same time striking with the index finger down all the strings. So let's take it from the top. Same motion that we saw last time, downward thumb and a golpe with the A finger. Up P, down MA on the 2, and of 2, up P, 3, up index. Now here comes the karate chop and the scrape. Okay, palm mute, and then up index. Let's kind of condense it, put it all together so it makes sense rhythmically. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now what about all the accents, if you were wondering about those? Yes, they all transfer over from the previous pattern number 2 to pattern number 3. So that means your accents are on 1, the and of 2, and 3. Yeah? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and try it a little bit faster, regular speed. Count with me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 more times. All right, and the final pattern, number 4. Now things are going to get really interesting. Trust me here. So why? Because we're going to add that palm mute that we had, and now we're going to finish off with a nice brisk thumb. But not only that, on the first beat, there's going to be silence. Yeah, so you're not going to play that first beat that you had with the thumb and the golpe. You got to omit that. Let the rest take its place. So that rest is an 8th note. And then the and of that first beat, the and is going to be an upward thumb. Okay, next one on the 2, downward MA. Looking pretty familiar now here. And then the end of 2, a P, that's the accent. 3, let it ring, up index. Okay, pretty familiar. Now 4, palm mute. Okay, the scrape and the karate chop. And then instead of anything up that we usually do with the index, now it's going to be down thumb, thumb without the nail. This is all flesh. So hear that soft sound of the thumb instead of a growling kind of a sound. No, this is a brisk, soft thumb. You'll do that consistently every time. Let's review bar number 4 again. So this is the first measure of the number 4 pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right there, the end of 4. Let's go back to the top again. Rest and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Hear that? Okay, once again. Rest and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then you move on to the next measure where it's labeled number 5. The first beat, you'll see the notes in parentheses. These are ghost notes. We're not playing anything here. We're just allowing those notes that were resonating from the and of 4 from the previous measure to ring. Not playing any strumming pattern. Allow that to go through. And then the and of 1, upward thumb. So this is identical to the previous measure. And then downward MA with the 2, up P. Let that 3 beat ring, up index, scrape down, thumb. All right. Mash that one together along with the first measure. Those 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. A little bit slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 4 and. Okay, regular playing speed. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 4. So those were the 4 beautiful rhythmic variations for the rumba that I wanted to show you. Now, take these things that I've taught you and try some different chords if you'd like. And you can pick any variation that you'd like. So we just came off of number 4, so let's stick with that. So let's go to the E minor add 9, A minor 7, and to B7, right? And then back to E minor add 9, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So the cool thing about these strumming patterns, right, is that you can interchange them, mix them, and match them as you please. So let's just say, for instance, we want to start with number 3. Number 1. Number 2. And that's it. Thank you for watching. And a special shout out to our supporters over at patreon.com. You make this possible. If you'd like to get more out of these tutorials, then I highly suggest that you hop over there and get the Tablature and Sound Slice interactive tabs so you can follow along with these lessons more intricately and get more out of them.